Every once in a while, something happens in the Northeast that makes absolutely no sense at all. Yes, as journalists, we are still meant to report about it and explain why it is happening. Last week, there was a Justice for Zubeen rally. Now, I'm not calling that rally senseless. Millions across the world want nothing more than adequate and timely justice for Assam's cultural icon. My wonder was at the fact that the BJP was taking out that rally demanding justice. But the question is, from whom? And believe me, I was not the only one who was a little surprised. The comment section on that video was asking the same. Now, if BJP wants to provide justice to Zubeen and his fans, why not do what a government is supposed to do and ensure justice? Because they are the ruling government. Why take out a rally under your political identity? Now, that's the big question. And that brings me to what has been worrying me the most lately. Zubeen, a man who immortalized the term politics nakoriba bandhu within a month of his death, has become a pawn at the hand of politicians, and it seems that this circus has just begun. And no, I am not surprised at what is happening, because I have been a journalist for far too long to trust our ministers, no matter which party they belong to. So a few things became instantly clear on day one itself. Politicians will not let this issue go to waste and exploit it as much as they can. Content creators will also happily push conspiracy theories, and attempts will be made to mislead the common public at every possible opportunity to keep them distracted. A month after an event that still seems unreal, it is clear that all the concerns have proven to be true till now. But first, let me remind you that the politicians and their desperation to make this political decision is not born out of the public's reaction. The people of Assam from day one have shown remarkable restraint and responsibility in the wake of Zubeen Garg's death. Rallies, protests and gatherings seeking justice have been overwhelmingly peaceful, reflecting the deep respect and emotional connection that people share with the icon. There have been only 3 notable incidents of unrest: the brief shutting down of shops soon after his demise, and that some of it was forced upon people, the stone pelting outside one of the accused, Siddharth Sharma's house, and the unfortunate incident at Buxa. Yet even the last incident, no matter how much the government tries to justify it, could have been avoided with more sensitivity and foresight. And the Assam government too did a few things well that helped maintain order and handle the immense crowds that turned up to pay their respects with efficiency. It also ensured that Zubeen was given the honor he deserved, and that does not mean the government deserves praise for simply doing what it is expected to do. When Minister Pavitra Margareta pointed out that Chief Minister stood there at the airport till Zubeen mortal remains were on the flight, it came across less as compassion and more as political theatre.
মই তাত উপস্থিত আছিলোঁ বা অন্য প্ৰতিনিধি প্ৰেৰণ কৰি জুবিন গাৰ্গৰ নশ্বৰদেহ আনিব পাৰিলেহেঁতেন মুখ্যমন্ত্ৰীগৰাকীয়ে, কিন্তু তেওঁ জুবিনৰ প্ৰতি থকা মৰম শ্ৰদ্ধা আৰু সন্মানৰ বাবে নিজে গৈ পুৱা 4:15 তেওঁ থিয় হৈ বিমানত নশ্বৰ দেহটো তুলি দিয়ালৈকে তেওঁ নিজে আছে।
Now, our Chief Minister, last I checked, was more than capable of standing a few minutes or walking a few steps. He does that regularly. The Chief Minister could have delegated the task, but instead, he made it a point to oversee it himself. And that speaks volumes about the image-conscious politics at play. The BJP has also gone on to claim that its supporters are the real Zubeen fans. And when I say that, I can almost hear Zubinda laughing in the background. And that raises a few questions. Who exactly is the BJP seeking justice for? Now, one of the best comments on our video on the BJP Justice for Zubeen rally was something on the lines of, the state government is yours, the centre is yours, the CBI, the police and the district administration is yours. Then who are you seeking justice from? The government's attempts to draw lines between political allegiance and public grief appear to be efforts to divide Zubinda's admirers. Now, what remains to be seen is whether the people, his true fans, can resist these attempts at politicization and remain united in their pursuit of justice. A growing number of voices are also questioning the role of the Special Investigation Team, or the SIT. The investigation, they argue, has not been transparent. Many now ask why the case has not been handed over to the CBI and whether such a move would make any real difference. That's also the big question. Then there was the way the probe has been conducted. The BJP loves bulldozers and iron gloves against people it dislikes. But when it comes to certain other people, you will struggle to find such an understanding and caring government. Look at how the accused were allowed to surrender, how they were even making statements before the arrest, and how nice the government has been to them. All this has fueled public anger because the people involved, the brother of a former DGP to a DSP, are all people who are either in power and exude a lot of power. And when powerful people fall, they never fall alone. But what truly broke people's patience was when they learned that the accused had been sent to a jail, which is, as of today, not even a jail. It is yet to open as a jail. Not sure the government said it was merely acting upon the court order directing them to keep the accused in a place with fewer convicts. But since when does BJP government care so much about the accused? This is no coincidence. And I'm not here to push for an anti-BJP agenda, far from it. You see, if it is not as if the Congress party has done the honorable thing of keeping politics out of it. From day one, they too have tried to unfortunately milk the tragic death of Zubinda, because the opposition today is less about constructive criticism and more about scoring brownie points at every turn. It is clear that the Congress too wants to turn the death of an icon into an issue with the coming of elections here in Assam in mind. I can also bet anything that had this happened in a state where the BJP was not in charge, the CBI would have been brought in within the first 24 hours. But as we have seen time and again, CBI has become less about investigations and more about scoring political points. And that brings me to the last point. Justice for Zubeen is not going to come easily or quickly. The judicial process has its own pace and limitations. It'll be a long and difficult battle, and even if a court gives the verdict we want to hear, the accused will have legal recourse in the form of the higher courts. And for his fans and followers, the challenge will be to sustain their passion, to keep the movement alive, and to ensure that their demand for truth and justice does not fade with time. Remember, any violence in the name of Zubeen benefits politicians, both in the ruling and the opposition parties, to convince their followers that only they can get justice for Zubeen. It benefits small-time politicians leapfrogging into mainstream politics. It helps content creators who continue pushing lies because somehow only they know the truth. But the worst thing this violence does is tarnish the image of an icon who, till his last breath, told us not to fall for politicians and their fake promises. A man who said that he is a human above all. A man who spoke for the young, the old, the animals and even trees. A man who laughed in the face of threats and violence and enamored millions with nothing more than a beautiful voice and a charming smile. Politics nakoriba bandhu, he reminded us time and again. Our politicians will never stop, but we as people must understand. We want closure, yes. We want justice, definitely. We do not want to burn our state. We do not want to do anything Zubeen would not have wanted us to do. Thanks for watching.
Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to EastMojo. For any queries, put them down in the comments section below and press on the bell icon for notifications.